mailbag question. This one is from Maverick. Wants to know how to read a disguised coverage. So, Maverick, couple tips on that. Number one, go back to that. Let's go look for that Big Dime 236.
Don't have it. I can make it look
that style play.
I can make it look that way. I got you.
What I'm saying, like an Oki role play where the defense like literally like stands there and then they move.
Sure.
Like that's one tell that the coverage is some type of like something's happening. That's the game's way of like getting guys into position of where they need to be. You should know something is up if you see that before the snap. It's different in practice mode. It's different against the computer. It's different against humans because humans get baseline. But like if you see this, you have to assume that guy's blitzing and then that the other side of the coverage may be rolling or just that something's going on. That is one way to look at disguise coverage. Number two, if they're base aligning and pressing, then you have to identify like after the snap. So once again, this safety in the middle we taught you last week, which you can go on YouTube and look. Is that guy going to move or is he going to stay? Is he in the deep zone or is he going to cover the middle? Like what is he going to do after the snap? That's who I need to get eyes on. Okay, he's drifting towards the middle. That must mean it's cover 3.
B was wide open.
Throw something different. So those are things you can do for disguise coverage to not get fooled as much. Any other disguise coverages that mess you up? Any things you look for after the snap?
I can't say I've really faced it or had it be a problem.
Not necessarily those roll coverages, people making adjustments, and it's just reading coverages, basically.
So, if you're going to, not those type of plays specifically, but if someone's disguising the coverage, which is base aligning and freezing your defense, I would say the tell is, there's two tells that I think people do. One, do they manually move somebody? To set up a lot of blitzes, you have to usually manually move somebody.
Yeah.
So if you see a play set up and then like you see someone like go, just like throw someone out wide, like that should be alarm, like alarm going off. That's number one. Next alarm. Do you see them on a linebacker here and then go like this? Boop. Do they get up in the belly of the offensive line? If they get in the belly of the offensive line, watch out. They're probably trying to get pressure somewhere. Probably on the side of where they are on. So if I'm standing in front of this guard here, that would tell me probably trying to get that slot corner to come in off the edge. Because what they're trying to do is get the attention of the guard for a split second so that the pressure comes in. And then the third thing I tell you to look at is a lot of times you see people do this. Right, you might have a cover 2-man like this, right, and then they would use a safety here. They would do this, and if you see press, you need to start recognizing, okay, that deep area of the field could be open.
Right.
But then what ends up happening is they might go into cover 3, and then if they switch who they're using, like my question always is, well, they were the previous 5 plays they were in man and they were in press, but they were using the free safety.
Right.
What changed and why now they're using the strong safety?
Right.
That's my tell. Probably in cover 3.
Another big one is when they baseline and press, your outside zone defender gets into much different position than if he's pressed in man.
You can fix that on defense side of the ball if you just do another baseline press.
Right. But that's something to see is like, ooh, he slid in, I know it's zone.
Yep.
Like I know it's zone. They wouldn't really line up that way in man. I like to then try and beat him deep. Doesn't always work, but it's something I always like to try and go to. If they get a misalignment in any way.
Right. And the misalignment thing is, this has been a Madden trick, Madden tip for years. If they are misaligned like that and you see the zone, if you baseline press twice, it fixes the problem. So watch, here's cover 3. So my baseline press, watch, he's inside on the right.
Yeah.
Baseline press again. Now they realign themselves appropriately. And now that looks like it's man.
Yeah.
So that's better disguise coverage.
Good stuff. So those are some ways that people disguise coverages. Those are some ways you can kind of tell and figure it out. Make sure to not get fooled by it. You got to really look after the snap. There's not much that you can do. All right. Next mailbag question from Harbaugh 5 wants to know, why do